welcome you all on the behalf of Rahul Anand Tutorials. So as you know that I am Rahul Anand and this is somewhat around my channel whose name is actually the Rahul Anand Tutorials. So now let's begin with the very interesting topics which are often being asked in terms of your NEET, often the Aiims, often the All India Pre-Medical Examination. So these are literally belonging from which of the chapters of your book. So these are belonging from the here in terms of the human reproduction. So here we are going to study about what? So here we are going to study about the pregnancy as well as the embryonic stage. So when we are talking about this, you have to understand the certain facts in it, such as what? So your pregnancy as well as the embryonic stage in terms of the human lasts for around how much? So it will be lasting for about around the here in terms of the 9 months as well as what? As well as 270 days. As well as what? Meaning in terms of the 36 weeks. Now, often when we are talking about these cases, meaning in terms of the what? In terms of the pregnancy as well as the embryonic stage. So it will be proceeding with reference to what? With reference by the help of the four of the vital types of the codes as well as the different types of the process in it. So these are actually what? Tell me. They are actually what? So these are like this, such as the cleavage. Then what? Cleavage. Then in terms of the blastulate stage. Then in the third you will be having the implantation. Then in the fourth you will be having what? So you will be having the gastrulation process in it. As well as when we are talking about these cases, means what are actually the implantation. So you have to understand the certain facts in it, such as what? By the name itself, it is having the implantation. Means in this case, what will be happening? So the whole wonderful process of the attachment of what? The whole wonderful process of the attachment of the blastocyst with reference to what? With reference to the wall of the endomerium will be coming under what case? So it will be coming under your implantation case. Often when we are talking about these cases, meaning term, why these particularly, meaning term of the blastocysts are particularly being attached in terms of your endomerium. So this particularly playing important role means what? Your endomerium. For what? For providing the sufficient amount of the food as well as the nutrition. So when we are talking about these cases, means what are actually the nutrition? Often the food. So you are very clear about that. Means nutrition means what? So the macromolecules as well as the micromolecules. So these are actually what? So these are the essential biomolecules which are required for what? Which are actually requiring as well as supporting the life supporting mechanism. So you are very clear about that. So we are having the organic molecules as well as the compounds, such as what? Such as the nitrogen, then the phosphorus, often the calcium, then the potassium, as well as what? Often in terms of the molybdenum. Often we are having the boron, sulfur, etc. Often you are clear about the case of the minerals, etc. So these are particularly required in order for what? In order for providing the support mechanism with reference to what? With reference for the further life supporting stages, etc. Fine. As well as when we are talking about these cases, means what are actually the part of your endomerium. So you are very clear about that, means these are actually the part of the flow in terms of what? The female reproductive organs. So you are often having the different types of the vital part in it, such as what? So there we are having the urine funds, often what? Often the ovaries, often the fallopian tube. So your fallopian tube are often being divided in terms of what? In terms of the three broad categories. So these are actually what? So these are the isthmus, then ampulla, then what? Then the infundiculum. So when we are talking about these, means what are actually the isthmus? So you are very clear about that. Means what? Your isthmus is the particular portion which will be opening in terms of what? Which will be opening in terms of the uterus region. As well as when we are talking about the case of the here, the ampulla. So these are what? So these are the middle portion. After that you are having the infundiculum. So your infundiculum will particularly open with reference to what? With reference on the region of the ovary. So now, so you got about these broad categories. So these are actually what? So these are coming under the case of what? The fallopian tube. Often you will be having what? Often you will be having the certain more parts in it. Such as what? Such as the vagina. Often what? Often the cervical canal. As well as what? As well as the cervix. Often we are having the three broad kinds of the walls in it. So these are actually what? So these are the endomerium, then the mesomerium. As well as what? As well as the endomerium. So remember we have read about the endomerium in the case of what? In terms of the course of the implantation. So you could often find here on the board here. Here is the endomerium. And this is somewhat the stage which are particularly being attached with reference to what? With reference to the endomerium. So now let's understand about this, means what are actually the mechanism of implantation. So when we are talking about this, you have to understand the certain facts in it, such as what? So the portion of the blastocyst where the mass of the cell is getting localized. So it will be coming under what? So this will be coming under the endomerium of the uterus. So you could often find here on the board here. Thus when we are talking about this case in terms of the chronicle release. So in this case what will be happening? The contrasting surface of the topoblast is having what? So it is having the hydrolytic enzymes. As well as these will be giving rise to what? So this will be actually giving rise to the finger-like projection. So these are actually known as what? So these are known as nothing else but the chronicle that. And after that, what will be happening? So your chronicle will, as well as what? As well as the uterus will form the attachment. As well as After that, what will be happening? And after attachment, what will be happening? So your uterine cell will be particularly being divided as well as covering what? As well as covering the blastocyst. Thus it results in what? Thus it results in the blastocyst will becoming embedded in term of what? Will becoming embedded in term of the uterus. And after that the process of what? After that the process of the implantation will be employed as well as what? So this is somewhat the condition when we are talking about what are actually what? What are actually the case in term belonging from the human reproduction, in which we have dealt about what? In which we have dealt about the different types of the vital process of what actually the embryogenesis as well as the pregnancy stage. Often we have dealt about what? Often we have dealt about the certain types of the major 4 types of the process which are particularly being employed in term of what? In term of the process of the embryogeny as well as what? As well as the pregnancy stage. So these are what? So these are the clavula as well as the blastula stage. Then what? Then the implantation. After that we are often having the gastrulation stage. So we'll be understanding about that in terms of our next lecture. So I thought you have got the concept, mean what are actually these. So if you like the word with reference to the education as well as the lecture, so you could often like, subscribe as well as what? As well as comment below in the text. Thus I'll be knowing that what concept actually you are hungry for or what haven't you understood or either got. So very thank you. With reference to what? With reference to the Rahul Anand tutorials. So please like, subscribe as well as share. Very thank you.